Hi, it's Mike Pangia. Subject for today is going to be tortillas. Now, tortillas are ubiquitous in all of Mexico and Central America, and they're popular for a good reason because they're so useful and they serve so many purposes. You can cut them into pie-shaped pieces, fry them quickly, and make great chips for dipping in guacamole or in salsa, or making your own nachos, a really neat use. You can roll up almost anything. One of my favorites is to roll up sauteed strips of chicken, onion, green or red peppers or both, and a little bit of garlic and some spices. Makes a wonderful, wonderful wrap and a great burrito, a great little sandwich for lunch or dinner. They're also useful as a bread with your breakfast. Typical Mexican restaurant breakfast of huevos rancheros. Basically, it's a fried egg in salsa, in a spicy salsa, served with, you guessed it, tortillas. At any rate, we can make it without yeast, and we can make it without lard. Many of the recipes you'll see for tortillas, if you research a little bit, you'll see they use lard. Lard is the traditional fat that's used in making tortilla dough. But I've explored and I've seen some other recipes that used vegetable oil. I said, oh my goodness, that'd be a great idea. If it works, it would be a great way to eliminate something that a lot of people object to and they don't want in their food, the lard. Anyway, what happened, my history, is I tried a couple of recipes using vegetable oil and the results were not good until I came on this combination, which I'm going to demonstrate today, and I make it with vegetable oil and no lard, and it came out really well. You'll be the judge. Here are the ingredients you'll need for making lard-free, yeast-free flour tortillas. Let's get started on putting this together. The first thing we need is the all-purpose flour, and we're looking for 1.5 cups. If you don't mind, I prefer the metric method. I'm going to use 200 grams, 0 to scale, and get started the bulk method until we get close. All right, there's 191, and now we're looking for 9 grams more. 199, 200. Okay, and 50 grams of whole wheat flour. That's 1/3 of a cup. So we'll 0 to scale again, flatten this out in case I have to take some out. It'll be easier to scoop it. So we need 50 grams. Oh, that's going to be a nice scoop about like that. 34. 44. We need 6. Oh, let's see. Does that look like about 6? Yeah, I think so. 52. We'll scoop 2 out. 51. 49, 50. Okay, there's 50 grams of whole wheat. We need 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Let's see. We're gonna call that about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Sure, why not? Okay, we don't need the scale anymore. For now, we can stir this up. Okay, now we're going to put a well in the middle, more or less, and add in our cup of hot water. Actually, I'm going to hold back a little, see if I can use a little less for a start. Let's put the 2 tablespoons of oil in also at the same time. One, 2 tablespoons. I'm using canola, a neutral vegetable oil. Let's stir that in. We may need some more water. I shortchanged us a little bit on the water, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's a little dry. It's a little dry, so let's put some more in. Again, I'm holding back a little bit. So I've gone back and forth, adding a little water, a little flour, to get the consistency I want. We like the consistency to be about like Play-Doh. And that's what we have now. So, what I'm going to do is flour my work surface a little bit. Dump the dough out. And knead it just a little bit. That feels just about right. Now we'll cover it with a damp paper towel, damp kitchen towel, and let it rest for about 30 minutes. We've had our 30 minutes rest, so we can proceed. And what we want to do now is divide this dough into 6 equal pieces. Perfect tool is this bench scraper. Really what you need to work with dough, bread dough this type. Okay, now we're going to take each of these, roll them into a ball. Flatten them slightly. And then cover them and give them another 10 minutes to rest. Okay, these have rested. We want to move them out of the way. I'm going to keep them covered so they don't dry out. Let's start rolling them out. I'm going to turn the heat on under my skillet so it'll be ready for us when we need it. Okay. I have an antique Wagner ware cast iron skillet that measures 10 inches across the bottom, and it's just perfect for tortillas. when you roll these, you always want to roll from the center out. If you roll from an outer edge in, the thing will stick to your rolling pin and roll up with your rolling pin. Not so good. So you roll from the center out. Try to maintain a shape as nearly circular as possible. Turn it frequently to avoid sticking to your work surface. Flour and turn, flour and turn. Incidentally, I have a French rolling pin, one-piece rolling pin, which I love. It's really a great kitchen tool. But for tortillas, I like this conventional pastry rolling pin because it applies even pressure across the whole width of the tortilla. Okay, I'm calling this one done. Bring it over and fry it. We use a dry skillet for this, no shortening of any kind. Give it about 30 to 45 seconds on each side and flip it. As they're done, lay them in a kitchen towel and cover them to keep them fresh and warm. There are so many things you can do with your tortilla. It's really up to you. Cut into wedge-shaped pieces and flash fried, they make great chips. One of my favorites is a chicken burrito. I saute strips of chicken, some red and green peppers, onions, garlic, some spices, and roll it up in a tortilla, and it's an excellent wrap. There we have it, tortillas, something really useful for your repertoire. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. If you liked what you saw, would you indicate it by giving me a thumbs up, a like? Of course, I know you've already subscribed. If you haven't, somehow accidentally, please subscribe today. I appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you again next time.